Hey, what's up guys, welcome to Attribution. My name is Chris. This is iPhone 8 Plus. This is the phone that's sitting in stores next to its smaller brother, the iPhone 8, and another new iPhone, the iPhone 10. So iPhone 10 was released just a month after this one was released together with iPhone 8, and it literally stole the show with all the new features it has, like the new OLED screen, the Face ID, and emojis and stuff like that. And it's easy to forget how great of a smartphone this iPhone 8 Plus is. So I just want to talk about this phone, the iPhone 8 Plus, alone, completely ignoring the fact that iPhone 10 is in stores at an extra $200 or $300. So here is my long overdue iPhone 8 Plus review. At first glance, it's an iPhone. It's the familiar iPhone design, the huge bezels, the round corners, rectangular screen, and a round home button. In fact, the iPhone 8 Plus has the same exact dimensions as the iPhone 7 Plus, and your previous case will fit just fine on this phone. The glass back makes the phone look and feel very premium. The LED flash and the logo are all under the glass and it looks really dope. I have the silver one, so no problems at all with the fingerprints. But the main reason Apple went to the glass back is for wireless charging. For the first time in the history of iPhones, iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus support wireless charging. And I'm glad Apple went to the already popular Qi wireless charging standard, so you can pick up any Qi enabled wireless charger on Amazon and charge your phone wirelessly, finally. The frame of the phone is aluminum, so it should be strong enough, and the phone is generally grippier thanks to that glass back, which also makes it a few grams heavier than the iPhone 7 Plus. And now since you have glass at the back, dropping your phone could potentially break both the front and the back. So for that reason, I'll link some dope iPhone cases in the description below. You're welcome. At the front of the phone we have the earpiece, which also doubles up as a secondary speaker, working with the main speaker at the bottom of the phone for that stereo sound effect, and believe me, it sounds great. The sound is louder and sharper than what we had in iPhone 7 Plus, and there's also a bit of improved bass on this one. There's a lightning port at the bottom, and it's clear to see that the headphone jack is not coming back to the iPhone. But you do get a lightning to headphone jack dongle in the box in case you want to use your old 3.5mm headphones, or you could use AirPods, or you could use any other Bluetooth headphones. And then of course we have the volume rockers and the silent button switch on the left, and the power button together with the SIM tray on the right of the phone. So no big surprises in the design of the phone. Switching the phone on, you have the same old LCD IPS display. It might not be AMOLED, but it's still a good display. Actually, I think it's the best IPS display you'll see on any smartphone, with 401 ppi, and it supports True Tone. True Tone is a new technology that adjusts the color temperature of the screen to match your ambient lighting, and it does this automatically, so that's great for your eyes. It's definitely better than night mode, which basically just switches the blue light filter on and off. The display also supports 3D touch, and you can literally 3D touch the icons, especially in the control center, for instance, to bring up the control in the full screen and do whatever you want with it, and that's really cool. The phone is also IP67 water and dust resistant. This isn't new. The iPhone 7 Plus was also IP67 water resistant, but it's the first time that I tested it comprehensively. In fact, I took the phone out for a swim and it held up just fine. I tried to pour some water on it out of a bottle. It was good. I actually filmed a couple of my friends going into the pool with it and taking pictures and videos, being careful not to go beyond the 1 meter depth, and I'm happy to announce that the phone was doing just fine straight out of the water. The only issue I had was with the speakers sounding a little bit buzzy for a few minutes, and then they got back to sounding great. So obviously there are no major changes on the outside on the physical phone. Most of the changes and the good stuff happened on the inside. Most notably was the new A11 Bionic chip from Apple. This is the most powerful processor I've seen on an iPhone. In fact, it's the most powerful processor on any smartphone, at least in 2018 so far. A Geekbench comparison will show that the other processors in other smartphones don't even come close to this A11 Bionic chip in terms of processing. So with a powerful processor like this, Apple was able to make the iPhone 8 Plus do extra stuff. For instance, the camera on this 8 Plus is the exact same camera we had in iPhone 7 Plus, but with this processing power we have things like augmented reality apps running smoothly on the iPhone 8 Plus, and we know AI requires a lot of processing power. This measuring app, for instance, uses your camera to measure distances between 2 points by creating virtual pins and literally calculating the distance between the 2 points like you would with a physical tape measure. So this new processor also enables new camera features which are insane for a smartphone. The portrait mode in the camera app is much better than you've ever seen it. The background blur created by this camera really is something else. The sharpness around the edges is also on point, and you can see that the image processing has taken a noticeable step forward due to this processor. You can also adjust the lighting effect in portrait mode and now studio light photos with a completely dark background and stuff like that. In the video department, there are also crazy numbers. 4K video at 60 frames per second and slow motion videos in 1080p at 240 frames per second is highly underrated. Until you look up the price of a dedicated camera with these capabilities is the only time you'll truly appreciate what these cameras can do. And iPhone 8 Plus handles this just fine thanks to that processor. The battery life has also taken a significant improvement with more than 5 hours of screen on time, and you'll get a full day of heavy usage with no problem at all, also because of the efficiency of this processor. In my previous video I mentioned how big companies like Samsung are going for more powerful processors to improve battery life instead of going for battery capacity, and this is exactly what we're seeing from Apple here. So there you have it, the iPhone 8 Plus in all its glory going for $800. I don't want to beat about the bush, but $800 is damn expensive, and I get it, we have all these new features and an extremely powerful processor and all that, but if I'm paying $800 for a phone, can I not need to spend more money to get the experience that makes this phone $800 in the first place? For instance, the iPhone supports wireless charging, but it doesn't come with a wireless charger. I have to go out of my way to buy a wireless charger. Also, this phone supports fast charging, but the charger you get inside the box isn't a fast charger. To get fast charging, I have to go out of my way and buy a fast charger at an extra cost. So at the end of the day, the full iPhone 8 experience will cost you more than the phone's price tag, which is already very high, and I honestly don't find that logical. So other than that, it's still a great phone. The design, although outdated, is still that familiar, good Apple design we're used to. The cameras are great, the processor is brilliant. It's a great package, it's good, it's a good phone that you should consider buying in 2018. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, my name is Chris for more education, and I'll talk to you guys soon.